The gift of adversity. On this July day in 2021, we are very pleased to connect with you. This is such a pivotal time in human history and in the history of the material world and planet Earth. The material world is the world in which divine souls come to inhabit human bodies, which are no more and no less than biological computers. They are communication devices, allowing souls to interact with each other in the low density of the physical realm. Here in this dense reality of form and matter, we are actors in the great stage play that is the planet Earth experience. Our souls, ensconced in our human bodies, revel in our human journey. They thrive on the adversity that the material realm provides. For here, unconditional love, our true divine heavenly reality, unconditional love, is suspended. Here we live in a very narrow, a very constricted band of frequency. We understand through our physical perceptions, and these, the only perceptions we can have in this low vibration, come through our five senses, through taste, touch, hearing, smell and vision. Here we are restricted in our understanding, confined in the prison of our intellectual comprehension. Our true reality, our soul, is ensconced within our human heart, but stays quietly in the background while we go through the challenges, the inevitable problems that we have set ourselves to experience here in this earthly plane. Yes, indeed, for we planned our human lives before we ever came to earth. Our soul, in the loving comfort of the oneness of our spiritual family, knows what we need to grow and expand into a greater and more powerful consciousness. We are individuating our divine personalities. We are exploring our talents, our preferences, our abilities by sorting through that which we prefer and that which we don't prefer. We are defining ourselves by experiencing the contrast of what we don't prefer, a contrast that we do not experience in our heavenly reality. And so we set up events for ourselves. We arrange circumstances that will challenge us, that will give us the opportunity to choose. For in this great stage play, the dark is vying with the light for our allegiance. And as we cannot see the big picture, we cannot see the true reason for the chaotic world we live in, we are puzzled. We are hurt by the problems and difficulties we encounter. Yet there are no accidents. Even though events and circumstances seem random and chaos appears to reign supreme, we ourselves have set up this great pantomime in which we live. Our souls have designed this earthly experience for us. And so there are those aspects of God, those souls, that come to earth with no heart, no empathy, no love for mankind in their being. They live solely through the gratification of their five senses. Service to self is their motto. Our fear energizes them. They feed off our energy by controlling our perceptions. Since humanity sees the world through the narrow bandwidth of its five material senses, he is eminently controllable, for his perceptions control his reality. That which he sees in the pictures in front of his eyes, that which he hears in words, sets up his understanding of the world, controls what he sees around him, and how he interprets what he sees. He is informed through his eyes and ears. Yet what subject matter is he informed by, and who provides the information, and with what agenda? For eons, for ages past, mankind has been informed by the agenda of his controllers, by the words and pictures presented to him by the powers that be. For they have put in place the news and information services. They have corrupted governments and media. The information they provide is not the truth. It is solely to further their agenda. This is a fearful world in which we live. The controllers, the powers that be, play the part of the devil. We, humanity with our souls ensconced within our human heart, are fundamentally kind and compassionate. We are sensitive to each other's feelings, and we hurt when our fellow beings, when our brethren hurt. And so for ages past, for millennia, divine souls, aspects of God, drops of water in the ocean of God consciousness have come into this very low density planet Earth environment to experience the contrast, to feel the dark emotions that are provided by interaction with our brethren and the powers that be. We have come here to grow ourselves, to expand in wisdom and discernment. We have come here to live through challenges, to experience negative and painful events, to be in conflict with our fellows. Earth is a schoolroom to learn greater love, by experiencing what is not, by living through fear, by living through what cannot be felt in our loving, unconditional, heavenly reality. Everything that happens to us here on this earthly plane, each negative and positive occurrence, has a lesson embedded within it for us to learn. If we learn one thing from some not preferred happening, our soul has achieved its objective in giving us the gift of the event. If we do not learn from the lessons we have set up for ourselves, we will end up asking, why is this happening to me again and again and again? For the law of karma will draw the same type of event, the same challenge to us over and over, until we respond in a different and loving way. And now, this game of life, these lessons, this pull and push of the dark versus the light, this challenging game of the devil versus our divine nature, is coming to an end. And how do we exit this matrix? How do we rise above the narrow band of five-sense reality in which we have been immersed? The wonder of it is that our ascension is inevitable. Nothing can stop what is happening now. This is the time of revelation, the time where the truth will set us free. For only by seeing the big picture of our human entrainment and of our perceptual prison can we free ourselves from that prison. Only by understanding how we have been mind-controlled can we free ourselves from that control. By seeing the big picture of the matrix experience, by understanding that we are in charge, that there is a grand plan that we have set up for ourselves, we move up in vibration and step outside the matrix. And then we are very grateful, for as we free ourselves from the density of our five-sense existence, we lift up our frequency, we spiral upwards. We spiral upwards where, when the heaviness of our dark emotions and victim mentality has dropped, our soul can again become the leader of our life, and we can live in peace and joy, gratitude, and the flowing knowing of love. For we forgive everything and anyone that we perceive to have wronged us. In fact, our thought system, our understanding of this life is completely reversed. No longer are we victims. No longer do we resent those we felt had hurt us. Now we realize they gave us a great gift, for it was by interacting with them, by the suffering that they provided, that we were able to rise above the low frequency in which we had dwelled. And so forgiveness becomes the order of the day. All our brethren are now exonerated of all wrong. We now see the truth of the big picture of human life. We know why we are here, and that all we have experienced is a great gift for our soul's growth. There is nothing to forgive. And as we rise in frequency, in thought and deed, the unconditional love that is our true reality flows through our beingness, flows through our biological computer bodies. And in the flow of that love, in the light that we feel uplifting us, in the joy with which we are imbued. We no longer see the earthly life in dark and fearful terms. We are divine beings. We are aspects of God using our physical human bodies as communication devices to experience this material world together, to experience the contrast and pain that this human life provides. And by that experience, and by choosing between dark and light, we are becoming gods, like unto the great Creator Himself. And so, dear friends, dear holy souls, choose joy, choose joy, choose joy. Follow your highest excitement, for you have overcome the world. You are now in this world, but not of this world. You have become conscious in an unconscious world. You no longer live in the low frequency of the five-sense world. Your soul, your intuition is now freed to direct your life. Yes, be of good cheer, dear ones, for as you navigate this world with your soul's unconditional, heavenly love leading you onwards and upwards, the best is yet to come. Yes, indeed, the best is yet to come. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings indeed.